what I've been spending the majority of my time with is Bayonetta Origins. That game is fantastic. I thought I was going to like it. I'm liking it way more than I thought I would. I don't think Platinum has ever put out.
God!
I think this could be Platinum's best game. The amount of polish here and the presentation and the gameplay mechanics and the music, all of it, it is.
Wow!
I'm not finished with it. I have a ways to go. But if things continue as they have so far, this could be a game of the year contender for me. This is phenomenal. My only gripe is the beginning is a little bit text heavy, which you said in the demo.
Yeah, that's why the demo wasn't all that entertaining to me.
They do hit you with a lot of text in the beginning. It's not completely overwhelming, but if you're making a demo, probably not the best place to start in the demo.
Yeah, they should have just what they do in a a good demo where they just stick you in the most exciting part of the game.
Yes. Cause once you it's got I'd relate it to an older Zelda game, like a Twilight Princess, whereas that first hour you're learning things and there's more dialogue than you need, and you're like, okay, let's get past this. And then when you get past this, you're like, oh, this is great. So in Bayonetta Origins, once you get past that opening, I don't even want to say opening hour, it's probably the opening 40 minutes or so. Then the game loosens the leash and you go and you start actually playing the game. And yeah, there's story tidbits. There, you start playing and the game isn't as text heavy. It is
play the game,
man.
Gotcha. A good tip.
It's so good. The mechanics of playing the two characters separately as Cereza and Cheshire, it's a lot of fun. But you can call over Cheshire. So Mombrain, you don't know about this game. It's a Bayonetta basic or Cereza.
Jean, I know Jean
calls in.
Oh, that's not Bayonetta. Never mind.
Calls in a monster.
No More Heroes, the cat. Is that what you were thinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
She calls in a monster accidentally, and it gets sucked into her plush doll, whatever it is. It's like a cat-ish, bearish kind of thing. And then it comes to life. So the demon is inside of her stuffed animal. And she takes it around with her on her
yes, of course.
journey, and it can come out and protect her, but she can also carry it
like Brown Bear.
Yes, and when you carry it, you can still do other things with it. So it can stretch while you carry it, so you can throw it out and connect to things and jump over to things. And but when it comes out in its full monster form, still within the stuffed animal, it can swipe at enemies and protect you and stuff. So there's all kinds of puzzles that use you two separately, you two together, a combination of both, enemies that require you to do approach them in different ways depending on whether Cereza or both of them combined. The environments are so much fun to explore and tons of stuff to collect. You can upgrade your abilities. There's a whole skill tree where you can learn new abilities like charge attacks, and Cereza has the ability to lock enemies in a circle to hold them still, and you can multiply the amount of enemies you can do that to. There's also other things you can learn as Cereza as well. There's little notes that you pick up that give you little bits of backstory about characters and an explorer that found their way into this land. Cheshire can get enhanced abilities that changes his look and the style of fighting, and also give you new abilities. Like you can become a forest-like version of Cheshire that can connect to certain plants and pull them down to make bridges or open them up to make doors. Oh, it's so good. It's one of those games where you play it and I've said this before and it makes no sense to anybody but me. It's like you're eating a great meal and you're just like, this is great. I want a little more. I need a little more. It's just you don't get enough of it. It's always I don't want to stop playing. I want to go back and explore more. It's so good. And the music in particular last night in the new area that I went to was the music alone. Nothing story-wise is going on. The music alone made me tear up. It's some kind of there's a lot of Irish inspiration in the game in general, but this tune in particular has a lot of Irish inspiration to it. And it was just perfect for the setting. It followed a section where you were fighting a boss So it's like a happy theme afterward. It was great. It was great. But really, if you're not interested in this game at all, if you've never played a Bayonetta game, you need to check this game out. This is something special. I'm really impressed with what Platinum did. And this is coming from someone who likes Platinum. I think this is an evolution of Platinum's game development. They've really done something special here. And to tell you the truth, I get some hardcore Nintendo vibes from it too. There's little things they do with the music and little things they do with puzzles where I'm like, this is the kind of feeling I get from a straight on Nintendo game. It's really good. I'm really impressed with it. I'm hopeful it stays this way for the rest of the journey, but it's just fun. It's got the right amount of little things to collect. The combat is interesting. The lands are to explore are great. Though the visuals are fantastic. It's like a mix of it's got a little bit of Okami in it, but a much more like child's storybook approach to it too. It really like it's a beautiful game to look at. The puzzles that are in the game are really smartly done, especially when you separate the two characters. For example, there's basically shrines that you go into that offer little puzzle or battle sequences, and there's one that split Cereza and Cheshire up, and Cheshire ends up going into what's basically a big hamster wheel, and you have to control Cheshire to move the hamster wheel because it's connected to a platform that Cereza stands on. So you have to do the two together to make sure Cereza doesn't get hurt. And Cheshire moves her along this track on a platform, and then there's little treasure chests that you can get to, but you have to figure out the puzzles of how to get to them. Really smartly designed stuff. Really awesome. I also have to say the narrator is fantastic. Whoever they got to do the narration, she's a great voice actor. She does a great job of reading the story, and she also does.
Oh yeah, she does the voices.
She
it's
does
like an audiobook.
Yeah, she does the voice of Cheshire and some of the other enemies. She doesn't do Cereza's voice. Cereza is done by another voice actor, but this woman does Cheshire and reads the story in general, and she's phenomenal. She does a really great job. It's like sounds like an elderly woman, and she's really great.
It's probably Helen Mirren or something.
Inspired by it. She does an excellent job. So I'm head over heels for this game. And before, if you listen to older podcasts, I said I'm excited to check it out. I'm definitely interested in it. Leagues beyond what I was expecting. Really, really into it. It's awesome.
This isn't Bayonetta 3. This is that spin-off.
This is a spin-off. Yes.
Okay.
This is not. This is not. I mean, it doesn't play like Bayonetta. It doesn't look like Bayonetta. It doesn't sound like Bayonetta.
Yeah. So you really don't need to have.
You don't
played the
need
other
any
games.
Bayonetta anything to play this game. Yeah, sure, you'll get connection points, but again, even this story is about Bayonetta as a kid, so it's a great starting point. For
Yeah, it's a
Bayonetta
prequel
too.
story. So basically.
If you're worried about needing to know anything about Bayonetta going into this, you don't at all. You're completely fine. So yeah, it's a hell of a great game, man. What a surprise. So, awesome stuff. I don't know the exact portion of where the demo begins and ends, but like I said, give the demo a shot and know that if you're inundated with dialogue or you feel it's too dialogue heavy, that opens or that stops after the first hour or 40 minutes plus, like I said. So.
Yeah, well, I don't think the demo is more than like 30 minutes.
Where does the demo end? Do you remember?
I want to say it's when you complete like the second chapter or maybe the first. I can't remember.
Yeah, so you're still like I would say late chapter 2. And the first chapters are quick. It's not like, hours and hours. Maybe mid to late chapter 2, the hand holding is done. And then you just get some story snippets in there, and it's a game. Like I said, it's got that old Zelda detractor. It's got that old Zelda complaint of a lot of the Zelda games were a little too heavy-handed in the opening hour, and then they let you go do your thing. So like I said, I related to Twilight Princess. That's the one that sticks out in my mind the most. But once you get through that, it's a hell of a great game. So there you go. That's what I've been playing.